ready for a rant, Hannes?
Never been more ready. I rested up the entire weekend.
I was at the gym this morning doing squats, and since it's the first time I'm doing it for quite some while, you all need to hear about this, okay?
Yes, please.
As the tech alpha I am, when trying to get through my 10 air squats on repetition 6, my tights started itching, Hannes. And as you know, it's one of the most big reasons for tech alphas quitting the gym is when their tights are itching. Okay. So I was like, the tights are itching. I hate this. I want to leave. At that point, a lion woke inside of me. And do you know what that lion told me, Hannes?
I have a hunch.
Martin, dying will itch too. What if you choose a little bit of itch now and postpone that real itch later? And I was like, roar! I'm gonna get through my 10 air squats. And you know what else is itching?
I don't know.
Design requirements. I was like, I realized what happened in Saturday was that in the end of the stream, someone asked like Derek to have an advice from Martin. And I asked Derek for general advice. And Derek was like, don't skip the design requirements. They can be freeing. And what I realized is that I'm a solo project. Design requirements are absolutely compulsory if you have a client and a producer that needs to argue about what a product should do. And since it's only me, I'm boss, I'm judge and jury in this project, I've been like, I don't need design requirements perhaps because I got everything in my head. But then Derek said something. First of all, when Derek speaks, I listen because he's shipped a lot of projects. Also, he shipped he ships a lot of projects that looked like mine even. So then I was like, okay, if Derek wants to give me one advice, it's to not skip the design requirements. But then he said something. They can be freeing. When you need to make trade-offs, compromises, it can be easier to let go of stuff. When the client comes, oh, can't we have 10 more rows of this and this on this, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, go back to one of the design requirements. According to this design requirement, we can't because that would break this thing that is more important. And I realized that you and I sit here and struggle with decisions. For example, which is the next thing I'm going to tie into this, if the vibrophone should be wide like this or have the piano layout, like I think I have, we have underneath here. Let me just show that. So last week it's ruined. We talked about how wide the vibrophone should be.
I hate to derail you so early in the stream, Martin.
Yeah.
But I'm going out twice. My voice. I'm reverbed. Do you have a setting over there?
Let me check this through. Speak a little more, Hannes.
Are you sure? I hear myself twice, though.
Okay, let's take this itch now rather than having it bigger later, okay? That's the theme of today's rant. We're gonna fix Hannes' audio just like we're doing our air squats and just like we're doing our design requirements.
That is true.
It can be... I'm gonna change to this view and I'm gonna see what happens inside Sonobus. That could be something that would change during the stream. Hannes goes to analog 4. Analog 4 goes to analog 4. There's so many layers of this audio setup. Stream is coming back there. We're not sending any of that out. Let's check inside Logic. Bus 1 is muted, right? Let's not... Try now, Hannes.
Hello? I still hear myself twice.
Check. But are the chat hearing Hannes twice?
Yeah, they say Hannes as a reverb. Otherworldly voice.
Wait, I can do... Try now.
Hello?
Once more.
I hear nothing.
That's the real outerworldly voice. Okay, sorry for this, everyone. We changed settings during the weekend. That needs to be sending.
Hannes sounding especially angelical watching over Martin and his struggles.
Did I get it? I think I perhaps got it. I think it's out now, right?
Okay. I don't hear myself, so that's good.
Is the chat happy? I think I found it.
Much better.
Yeah, sorry everyone. It was one little. Is it much better or is it perfect?
Say that I'm perfect, chat. Come on now. Solved. Yes, it's gone now.
Yeah, okay.
And I want to see a chat about that. I'm perfect now. You know what to do, chat.
So, I'm going to continue with my gym analogy to really get Hannes, but everyone on board. This is pretty good. Do you know how I was approaching design? So here's the design requirements effort we made last week. And by the end of that stream, I decided to skip requirements. I think it was last Thursday because I didn't feel it. And then Derek got me to think twice this Saturday. And then my experience with the itching tights this morning at the gym and the lion who woke up inside me got me back to them. And because you know what I was doing with design requirements? I was going in trying to lift 300 kilo in dead weight, deadlift.
Oh.
So I went in, like my analogy, Scofford says, you're always perfect, Hannes. I agree. Not before his first coffee. That's
I haven't had it yet, so that's dangerous for this stream.
So what I was doing, how I've been such a diva with the design requirement thing. So the analogy is going straight into the gym. You never visited the gym. You see this world champion heavy weightlifter guy deadlifting 20 reps of 250 kilos. And you're like, okay, so that's how you're gymming. You go up to the guy and say, you can leave the weights on because I'm going to go after you. You take the bar and you're like, I'm going to do that deadlift I'm going to lift this off the floor. And you just can't lift it off the floor. And then you're like, aha. Gym isn't for me, and you leave. That's
Good.
been me with design requirements. Why haven't
this?
This is what you've been teaching me on your trainer's YouTube channel for like 10 years. Why haven't I accepted? Then I need to start and see. And I need to start small.
Start with the bar.
Start with the bar, and what Derek got me into is this, and what clicked for me this morning is that I found a really good YouTube video about design requirements. So. MATLAB has a systems engineering series in 5 parts that I think helped it click for me. And it was funny because instead of watching Eric Rosen play chess this weekend, I was watching design requirement videos, and because I'm getting interested. And I think like if we should really be serious, oh shit, that was not what I wanted to show, but I don't think it was any private info there. Let's see later. This is this machine will not be finished if I don't start lifting the bar when it comes to design requirements. So I know it's not the most exciting, and I know I used to be sultry and sulky about it, but I am excited today actually. And the change back to the wide vibrophone also got me to wake up a bit. But let's first, I want to tell you a quote from this video that I think like is kind of fundamental to what happens now. This video got me to understand it better. There's this Albert Einstein quote in the beginning of this MATLAB video. Is this going out? Yes, it is. Okay, let's listen to it.
Probably misattributed to Albert Einstein that goes something like this. Given 1 hour to save the world, I would spend 55 minutes defining the problem and 5 minutes resolving it.
Okay, giving 1 hour to save the world, I would spend 55 minutes defining the problem and 5 minutes resolving it. There's another one. If you ask me to chop down a tree, I spend 10 minutes sharpening my axe and 1 minute chopping down the tree. And I think, okay, so two things. The reason I discovered that we needed to go back to the wide vibraphone was when I was playing on the piano or on the music box here, and I realized that if we have the piano layup, we won't be able to repeat notes twice. To play, for example, that D note, D D D D D D D D D D D D. We can't play that D D with the piano layout. I just all of a sudden, it's not going to work. And then if we would have had that simple design requirement that the notes needs to be repeated, we wouldn't have to do this whole roundabout excursion to the piano layout of the vibraphone. That's taken a lot of time last week when I felt productive and stuff. And then it comes to what Derek says, it can be freeing, because then, okay, we wanted the sculpture, but what I really want is to be able to, we wanted a sculpture, but that's less important than actually the machine be able to play music at all. And repeating notes is a must-have. So out then comes automatically the wide vibraphone. So I think I start to kind of finally understand that design requirement will save time. Just like going to the gym feels like waste of time and a hard thing before you get into the habit, and then it's the foundation for your whole existence, like it is for you, kind of, Hannes.
Yes. I love this. I understand it perfectly. Great. You found a way to understand design requirements.
I found a way to understand why I shouldn't be walking into the gym thinking I should lift 300 kilos, otherwise the gym is not for me, kind of. So it's, we have to start small by lifting only the bar.
I like this analogy from Oscar Roders. 55 minutes sharpening the angle grinder, 5 minutes of slaying your dragon.
And Oscar got it right. Oscar got it right. So what we're actually going to go into today on the CAD is...
And here's a good nickname for it all.
Hydrophone.
Hydrophone. There we go.
The Saturday's stream was fantastic with Derek. I learned a lot. And I think like I'm going to use the teaching from Derek one by one over a long time in this project. But I think the first teaching I want to take from Derek is the last one from the stream, to actually, like, in my daily work, get some steps in, get some reps in, do some lifting of the bar, do some air squats. I don't need to squat with 200 kilos like Hannes can. I can do air squats, and it's fine for me because that's where I am with design requirements.
He called it CAD calisthenics.
Exactly.
I love that.
CAD calisthenics. Clad calisthenics.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's so yeah. That's my rant. The lion has awoken, and the lion loves to hunt and falls in love with the process.
Yeah.
So and that's my end of rant. Now I don't know what to do at all, but let's get into it.
Okay. Design requirement. Nose needs to be repeated.
I think another thing that I did wrong when trying to learn design requirements is that I got really hung up on the terminology. Functional requirements, non-functional requirements, stakeholders is a horrible word. And I think that was something that I'm going to shut the sound off on my phone here. It's producer Alfons who lets you know that the backers signs are ready for you, Hannes. That's nice.
I'm going to say to him, love you.
So, and I think there was another moment in that MATLAB's video. There's a visual here that helped me a lot here. And what helped me a lot with this visual, so I did this exercise a year ago, and I see in the comments of these videos, there's a lot of engineering students who are forced to watch this video by their professors, but actually likes it. And I think what I'm really happy about, Hannes, here is that what we tried last stream was here in the middle one, requirements, behavior structures. What I did earlier was a stakeholder needs. For example, a really good one is that I want to sleep soundly the night before the World Tour premiere, which might sound subjective, but it's really informative. We shouldn't take risks. The machine should be stable. And then I think stakeholder needs can be less like measurable, but anyway. So starting with stakeholder needs, and for example, like I need a machine to play as good music, so I'm not going to cheat on the record and switch the machine-played vibraphone for a human-played vibraphone, because then it's going to sound good live as well. So these stakeholder needs, we're going to start there a little bit, because the stakeholder needs give rise to the requirements. But what I really like with this art is this back arrow here, because what I feel a lot of engineers have like told me, or I misunderstood, is that first I need to completely be done with the stakeholder needs. And when those are set in stone, we do a design freeze of those, we then go to the requirements. But what this graph proves me is that there will be a feedback loop. We're going to start lifting the bar on stakeholder needs. We're going to then start lifting the bar on the requirements. And while getting stronger, we're going to revise. We're going to follow this back arrow and then improve the stakeholder needs. And everything is in this feedback loop that I didn't know if I was allowed to do that. And that got me stuck in a perfectionistic mindset. And this really shows how then the requirements give rise to the implementation. Where did I start, Hannes, on my previous two machines and the third machine?
Plywood. Build it.
Yeah. We started in this graphic in step 3. So now I'm going to try to learn to think like this. And I'm not going to use, for categories and stuff, I'm not going to use terminology from the engineering world that I don't need, because we tried to make a tree structure here, system level requirements. Those words, I got hung up on them and like exactly what is a system level requirement. Instead, I'm going to do the tree with these questions: what it must do, how well it must perform. I mean, those questions tell me much simpler how to write requirements. And I'm also not gonna get hung up now in the beginning of exact structure, how this sheet should I use Google Sheet? Should I go into like one of these Confluence, for example, like visual design requirement system? I'm just gonna start lifting the bar. Calm down, Martin, and realize that I think this is the skill I'm lacking to finish this project. And I think it's going to be the use case. I'm going to be in every engineering class if I succeed with this machine, I'm going to be the example that teaches design requirements in engineering classes if I can unlock the project by starting lifting the bar. Yeah, perhaps end of rant. We'll see.
Nice. And I have a comment from Jonas Karlsson that says, team wide, are we going back to the stage design ? And I think in this case, we're more talking about the wide vibraphone. We don't know yet how wide the machine will be. I mean, that is something for perhaps the design requirements will help inform. But in this case, it's more about having a full-scale vibraphone.
We're not going back to the 10-meter machine. No, we're not.
No, not the 10-meter wide. We don't know exactly how wide it will be. It's still going to be a sculpture, but more of a wide vibraphone, the widraphone.
The vibraphone. So, and I also watched some videos that they wanted to add another column here because we had 5 columns, like priority verification method is behind Hannes there, to have like validity of each design requirements and stuff like that. And we can get into the nuances. There's a lot of ways to do this. maybe we can summarize. I'm trying to internalize this. This is why I'm ranting endlessly here. But I think we can summarize this, that there's a lot of ways to do this, but to not do it at all isn't the way. Yeah. So
Okay, so what do we start with, Martin? I will fill out the stream objectives as you go, but what do we start with?
You have already rating, so you can add ranting as well, and you can cross it because we already did that. So we're going to. I want to start to get to on our to-do list. We are on this second pass of the machine, and I absolutely want to start with the vibrophone. It feels like the absolute, and this all came from like the discussion about the vibrophone movement. So we're gonna start with the vibrophone.
Define vibrophone. I will add that.
It's vibrophone design requirements. Kind of. And I think there is like a requirement that I should add right away here. That is a user need, or it's a stakeholder need requirement. I've been writing this already a bit, but I'm going to start here. I'm just gonna we're gonna clean this up later. This is not how it's going to be. It's gonna be a nice tree. I just need to start lifting the bar here. The vibrophone shall repeat shall be able to repeat same note within data 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second. The vibrophone shall play. This is a user need. This is not super measurable. The vibrophone shall play this. I'm gonna get pushback from this because it's not verifiable. But let's start lifting the bar and learn that later. The vibrophone shall sound good enough so that Martin is inspired to compose for it and won't cheat by replacing the recording on the record with human playing, because that is going to be super. It's going to be like this is super important to understand. For me, my choices of working a lot with the dampeners and stuff like that we're going to get into is that when people listen to this, it's going to sound better if I record a human played vibrophone. It's just going to. But by having it sound good enough, I can compose for the machine's limitations and actually use the machine on the record. And then it's going to sound great live. So we have all these requirements for the vibrophone on the dampeners and the dynamic and all the stuff that will give rise from this. So if you think of this, it should sound good enough. If we go back to the graphics of here, what do we have here? We have a stakeholder need. It should sound good, and that gives rise to requirements. So that's how everything should flow. All right. So we also talked about the channels for the vibrophone, and so where to start? We are going to talk, I think, and start perhaps CADing slowly here. This is the foundation of round 2 of this clad. We had here, I don't know why it's keep on searching for parts there. Retrieving data for, I started on this one. Oh no, Derek has done something here. Derek!
Derek! He deleted a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, everything.
Like on stream when he deleted your entire machine.
Derek deleted the entire project to show how the software worked. That was monstrous.
Disclaimer today for both you, Martin, and the audience. We do have issues with your, to pull back the curtain a bit, your CloudPod sync. And that means all the graphics, like the backer signs, are not being updated because it's not syncing right now. So I can't pull them up right now on our streaming PC.
Yeah. So okay. So even if Alfons send them to you another route, you can't.
I need them to get them to the computer in Stockholm.
Okay.
Sorry for that. If I think of something brilliant, I will try that. But right now, we're a little bit behind because of the sync issue.
Yeah, I see. I see it syncing here. It's on 50%, going slow here.
So just for the audience, if you wonder where the graphics are, if there comes new members during the stream, I will pull you up on the screen from the chat.
You can send them to me though, and I can show them on my screen later. Okay. Big deep breath here, Martin. We are going to I'm internalizing that I need to pivot.
My memeplex reminds you here. Remember when to use versions. You learned about that Saturday. Homework is coming.
That's a good one, my memeplex. Let's do a version right now. Create version v2. It's just starting design requirements. Good one, my memeplex. My memeplex is always on point here in chat, and I appreciate you being here helping me. So I'm gonna act on that right away and making the first new version of the document. So now in the version list, I have 2 versions. That's good. I kind of want to delete all the vibrophones, but that's not necessary. I think
don't go too nuclear.
No. So I think what we're going to do is that I started vibraphone 2 in the blob space, but Derek broke that for me. Thank you, Derek. Now Derek showed how to make this blob, and I think perhaps I can use it. I need to start. I'm a bit uncertain on how to, even though Derek showed me, I'm a bit uncertain how to. I want a nice controlled way to start this now. And then while I'm going, this is an unnamed part studio from the stream that was the level down. We're going to delete this part studio. And this is the blob 2 electric boogaloo. This was the demo blobs. We're going to delete this. I'm going to start fresh here again, which I'm doing a lot of times when I'm learning something new. I'm starting over. It takes some time, but it's because to give me time to internalize everything. This is also an example part studio. Let's delete that. Yeah, I need to slow down to the level where I actually am working and not just talking to a live stream.
Great. While you slow down, I will read out here on Twitch. Flatnick has been with us for a long time, and Flatnick just decided to gift a couple of subscriptions to viewers on Twitch. So Tarfaleo, Jonas, DZ1, Omi, Ruko, Florio Balbus, another regular on the streams, and Bongy I. So thank you so much for that, Nick. That's very generous of you. It's awesome to have. The viewership is growing on Twitch. We're really close to 1,000 followers there now, so that's so fun.
That's fantastic.
And if you guys didn't know that, we're streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and X at the same time.
We really appreciate the support. Thank you all. Meanwhile, I'm going to do something very popular. I'm going to make a folder.
Ooh, folder action.
Vibrophone folder. Oh, that's so neat. And I think I'm going to, now when I see how this Derek blob is made, I think I'm going to work with that. So let's go into the sketch of this blob and just see what happens in the sketch. It's unconstrained. We do have an angle and we do have a measurement of the plates. Perhaps I would like to set the blob up from the beginning a bit more like a leaning rectangle. And then what I'm going to do, Hannes, is that when I start, because we actually want to get some vibraphone prototyping in a while, and when I start adding the parts, we're simultaneously going to add design requirements in a good way. Not for the parts, but for the user needs. And we're going to start lifting the bar.
Yeah. Add them as we go.
Yeah.
Just getting in the habit of doing it.
Exactly. Yeah, I like this blob better. What's this blob? It's the funnel pivot. Oh, ooh, I have great news about the funnels with the wide vibraphone, Hannes. I have a fantastic view. Like the funnel situation has become so much more elegant since the wide vibraphone is back. Okay, I'm happy with my vibraphone blob here. We should make it transparent like everything else. We're just doing this 0.5 here. Looks cool when everything is transparent. And I like this shape of the blob here. It's like under control. So now let's do our usual song and dance in how we start. And we're going to start a new part studio. I have a lot of vibraphone part studios to delete soon, but we're not doing that right now. We can spring clean afterwards.
Ooh. And chat wants to know, my Memeplex asked the question here, did you do some of the homework Derek gave you? Did you play with OnShape yesterday, or did you have family time?
It was family time. We went to the forest. Actually, we live in a city and we haven't done it a lot, and I love the forests. So I went to the forest with my daughter, and she got her first stick, and she got a lot of sticks in her mouth that I panicked tried to get out of her mouth.
Did she bring them all home?
So we had a discussion, me and my girlfriend. I brought them home, and she was like, "Is it really her first stick? You chose it for her. Like, it's her first stick, all right."
It's her first stick, of
and
course.
She had her first kotte. What's that in pine cone? Pine cone. So it was a lovely day in the forest. So no, I didn't do any homework, but it was percolating.
You started with homework today. The whole design requirement thing was a part of the homework.
Yes.
One of the things, but the other one was, what was it? Was it the functions table or something? Or
it's the variables. Yeah,
variables.
Configurations.
Configurations.
Is it here? Or is
he wanted you to start dabbling that.
Configure. So we should configuration variable. Once again, my Memeplex on the right on the money here. So as soon as we get into a part studio, I'm going to do a configuration variable. Because that was the homework from Derek as well.
Yeah, something new to learn.
We're going to rename this part studio Vibraphone 3. Vibraphone 3. And we're deriving the blob. I'm gonna close this. Deriving. Vibraphone. Oh, here it's called Vibrophone 2. That's annoying. It's fine. We're actually on Vibraphone 3. I'm going to just rename it so I don't get crazy.
Do it. Name it Vibrophone Final. Come on.
There's a chance. So you're telling me there is a chance it's the final. Then Derek told me, one thing that Derek told me is that I can do blobs in levels. I didn't completely understand that, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to perhaps I should, but we're going to consume this into the first bar. It's just start. We're going to sketch here. I think this is fine. We're so early. I just need to start. And
Yes.
this is more
Lift the bar.
This is more as I mean, we're not at the place where I'm going to keep this CAD. We're going to do really useful stuff. Oh, perhaps here. I was going to write 40. Now we're not going to do that. We're going to do I don't even understand why. Configurations. Add configurations. Okay, so I need to go out of the sketch. Okay. It's behind Hannes. Configure part studio. Configuration variable. Name. Vibraphone bar width. Default 40. Variable. Okay, this is probably not how you do it because now I put 40 in all these. Oh, maybe distance between them could be a variable like this. I added a variable and it's up here now. It's up here. So this is the homework that was given to me. I think if I go into this sketch now, can I do a variable here? Yes, I can. Haha.
Aha.
So now I'm going to show you after the extrudes. What's this? This is new. Mid plane?
And also, I remember the thin. Is it the thin extrusion you're doing now?
Not for this, no.
Okay.
But that was
That was
big
something new
thing
from Derek.
Also, like there was so many people, on-shape users, that were like mind blown by that because they were also not using thin extrude, including Ludwig actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so why is this not working?
And I see now from chat here. Thin extrusion. Jan Smee.
Yeah,
I
that
remember.
was a great one. It's not doing what I wanted to do, and I don't understand why. Is there some kind of face?
My memeplex says you're in the thin tab though. And then
Oh.
Hasse says what memeplex said.
That's it. Thank you. Thank you, chat.
Have a lookout for you.
So funny because like I never been to the thin tab, so me and Ludwig was joking about this. Solid, and then we never used the surface, so we never read past surface. So it stayed on thin because that was what Derek used last. I never been on thin. I'm on thin ice here.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay. Thank you, chat. Thank you. Ugh.
I'm looking out for you in here.
Yeah, it looked different. Okay. I need to calm down. That's also failed. Why did that fail? Was it because of the merge scope? Add, remove. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So let's make another configuration actually. We're lifting the bar. I'm going to do
raising the bar on CADing.
How do I add a new one here? Usages. Oh, here I see the usages. Configure properties. Configurations.
Add. Does this add down there?
It says add. That could be that one. Name.
Could be that one.
Plate thickness. So I'm going to put 12. The minimum is let's do 5 just for this example. So I'm going to add this plate thickness. And then I think I'm going to use this variable. So it ends up here in the configurations. I don't know if you can hide them. Okay, never mind. So I want to do I just want to be left with one vibrophone plate here. I'm kind of annoyed that the transparency is still here because I'm not used to that in the part studios. So let's change that. Let's just make this a solid. Like that. Feels better already. Now, if I do an extrude, I'm going to use a configurations inside this extrude. I'm going to have a starting offset from the bottom of this. I mean, this is a strange way. And then we're going to have a second end position, which is on the face. And then I'm going to we're going to do the merge scope, and it's a remove. Merge scope this. Why is it not? Is it going over itself? Do I need to change? Yes, something like this, right? Sorry everyone, I'm stupid with the extrude, but I'm learning now, so I need to take this time. Second end position. Let's add offset. Here I'm gonna put a variable, the plate thickness variable. Oh, it's working. Haha. Or is it? All of a sudden it just worked. So now, Hannes, this should be 12. It is. Are you ready for the big reveal?
Give me 1 second. I'm writing a message to Ludwig here, okay?
Okay. I'm going
There we go. I'm ready.
I made the menus. I asked Derek to hit Command plus sometimes, and this is kind of nice sometimes in the streams. I think I can just do this. I can just beef everything up like this, because now it's really visible for on the stream. So now we have this bar, and here I can change the bar. 35, thickness 5. You see how the bar is controlled?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of neat. 12, 50. I think if I go 100, it will say that it's over the max. Yeah, so that turns red. So now we have a configurable 16. It's thicker.
That is...
It's really
amazing.
nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's kindergarten version CAD, but
No,
it's good.
it's lifting the bar CADing.
Really good. So, Hannes,
Mm.
you know what we're going to do? We're going to do some design requirements about this. Because let me just go to split here and close a few of my tabs so I can scroll through them more neatly.
And Kate likes rectangles. Just sent a donation our way, but forgot to write a message. But we feel the love, Kate. So thank you so much. So awesome of you.
Kate likes rectangles is donating while I'm designing a rectangle. Coincidence?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
so. Thank you, Kate. So I have a user need. The vibraphone should sound good enough so that Martin is inspired to compose for it. And that gives rise to a lower level functional requirement that is the vibraphone shall have 37 plates, 7 notes, full range. This is the classical vibraphone stuff. And what else do we need to say about the plate? So like this gives rise to this. Okay. I feel a lump in my stomach because I'm not on my. I'm scared of the gym bros in the corner. Basically, you know that
shouldn't
feeling.
be. They're usually the most kind people, so try to get over that. They look scary, but they don't. They only want to help you. They respect you for showing up and trying to do the work. They know the struggle. They have done the journey, you know.
That sounds good.
Stay away from the guys with needles in their arms, though. They can be rough.
Should we do? We should. Yes, we should. I'm going to add. Oh, I had a realization here. I want a mid plane on this to sketch a marble. And I'm going to use a mate connector. No, I'm not. I did that the wrong way. But check this. Now I start to understand the configuration stuff for this part studio. Because on a rectangle, I'm an evangelist of sketching on the mate connector here and not on a sketch plane. You can choose these faces, but that's not how... disgusting. That's not how we do that anymore. Ew. We're choosing a mate connector. But then... we can't place a mate connector in the mid plane of this vibraphone bar, but we can place it on the side. But we can move this mate connector. But how do we move this mate connector so it's always on the mid plane? Well, we can use the configurations. So we're gonna move this along the x-axis. We're gonna move it vibraphone bar width divided by 2. I'm an absolute genius.
You're so good at this.
Did it move? Let's see which way is which. That's not the way. 0. 100. Okay, so now, I'm confused. We have to ask that. Now it's taking the name of the origin here, and the other day it was taking the name of the origin of the document. So I am a genius. I just made a mistake. We're going to copy this to the Z axis. What?
I am a genius that just made a mistake.
So now we have a mid plane, and this mid plane is always in the middle. If I change the vibraphone bar up here, this mid plane is, what did I do? Yeah, this mid plane is following because of the way we set up that position. It's always in the middle of this bar. And we're using the variable. Ha! Super cool. All right. We're going to do a sketch here. Boop, 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 boop. Let's... oh, I'm in the wrong place.
Ludwig says X is the red line on the mate connector. Does that help?
Yeah, but Ludwig, the other day, the mate connector was colored like this, but it was using OnShape's cube origins that is behind Hannes. I can remove Hannes. It was using the origins of the cube and not of the mate connector. So I do not understand why. I know that X is relevant, but it was not obeying to that rules. So I don't understand why the mate connector accesses were the correct accesses today, and the other day it moved according to the document origins, because then you can see the X is another axis here. So that's confusion. All right. So now
I'm gonna mini derail you a short little bit, because I have a donation and a question from Kate Likes Rectangles. She back. And with that, another question. Martin, maybe only some vibraphone notes need the dynamics and dampening options. Can you save space by keeping the bass/treble channels simpler?
it's a pretty good suggestion. If you compare to, for example, piano doesn't have dampeners on their higher register. I noticed on my home piano. So I think it's a really good idea, Kate, to think of that stuff. I do think, though, that a design philosophy that I want to follow is modules that are repeated. Because if we do design something that worked for one of the notes, it's almost easier in my brain to just do that 37 times. Same for all keys. So I think that's why I won't consider it now, but it could be a good idea if I'm going to keep it behind my ear to remember it for later. Thank you so much for the support.
And Hasse says, mid-plane in the middle and up is up. No better way to start a new part.
I love this chat so much. They're like cheering me on for lifting the bar here. Thank you, Hasse.
Yeah.
Mid-plane is in the middle, up is up. Yeah, we have a great... And of course, I'm sketching. I'm always looking at it from the back here. So we're seeing this sketch too from the back, but that doesn't matter now. Marble. Let's do a configuration for that. Not a custom. We're going to do. Where is the add now? Oh yeah, I'm in the sketch. I can't add while I'm in the sketch. Add configuration. Input. What is that? No. I want to add a configuration variable. Okay. Marble size. It should be between 10 and 60. Oh no, this is minimum 10, maximum 60, and default is 30 for the vibraphone. Boom. So now when we go back to the sketch, we're not going to tell the marble that it's 46. We're going to say that it's marble size. It's changed there. Nice. Let's just wrap this marble into existence. Oh, humble beginnings, Hannes.
I love it.
Do we have anything to say about the marbles in the design requirement currently? I'm getting more into the... it's about this note repeating. Because what I've been thinking about... Okay, let's do... Let's go to the... Just to show everyone where I'm trying to go with this. Is the... was it this one? Okay, yeah, it's the one that Derek broke. So I can't show you.
Oh no, Derek!
I asked him to break it, so it's... Anyway, we're going for the dampening functionality, and basically we're trying to define the program of the machine. So perhaps let's go high level design requirement and set a user need. This is maybe wrong. I don't care. I'm lifting the bar here.
I love it. Might be wrong. I don't care. Love it.
The machine shall play music automatically. Should play music automatically. And then another, because every design requirement should be atomic. You should only say one idea per requirement. I was going to say, and could be programmed by the user. We have another user need. The machine shall be programmable by the user. The music of the machine shall be programmable by the user. This is a great, okay, it goes without saying, right? But no, so does the other 1,000 ideas I have for the machine. And if we don't say it, we won't get the freedom of actually implementing design requirements. So the music of the machine shall be programmable by the user. And further down, because what we start to talk about is how many channels there are for each thing. So what I really want, a user need I have, is there shall be 2 separate programs. A for verse, B for chorus. I'm going to do an example here. Example. This is probably a validation, rather. It's not perfect. We're just lifting the bar. We're gonna clean this up later. So then I can go into functional requirement, func, and perhaps this is more like design. Perhaps this is later, but each vibrophone note has 2 programming tracks, A plus B. But not only that, Hannes, func, each vibrophone note shall have 2 marble drops. Why? So this is getting into a little bit now we're into not what but how, and that's dangerous. Note shall have So this requirement, each vibraphone note shall have 2 marble drops. It's probably not perfectly put because it sounds like how we should do it and not what, but it's derived from the requirement of repetition. Where was that? Here. The vibraphone shall be able to repeat same note within 100 milliseconds. So this, in my brain, this is a huge breakthrough. I don't know if you feel it, but I feel like, okay, we're getting some really fundamental things about what is this machine actually supposed to do down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Fantastic. While you go, you can go on to the next soon. I have a question here with a very generous donation from Seb. Hey, longtime fan from Helsingborg. I've been wondering about real versus recorded sound. If I stood next to the marble machine while you played, shouldn't it sound just like the recorded version?
Hey Seba, that's a fantastic question, which is also, and thank you so much for the support. It's one of the major reasons we talked a bit about that in last week, me and Hannes, that I want real drums on the new machine, because when you can have a marble going on a surface and doing that with a contact microphone and acoustically in your room you hear nothing, but on the recording it sounds like a super cool kick drum. I don't want that on this machine. The one, but if you listen to a band before the mics are on, they don't sound the same. So for the marble machine, it's okay to have that difference. And I think the main example is the bass, because we're going to have an electric bass. An electric bass is just not sounding like a bass before it's electrified. So I was even into like having maybe an acoustic bass, and I was like, nah, it's going to be an electric bass. So Sebe,
but this machine is getting closer to at least sounding semi like the real deal, because this time around you're going to have actual drums on it and not triggered drums like on the earlier ones, right?
Yes.
And
And
you will at least hear drums on this machine. You didn't hear the drums on the previous ones. You only heard harsh metal sound when marbles hit vibraphone plates.
Perhaps we can take Seb's comment and add it to this design requirements like right away, in some shape or form. So it's like
It's hard to define it.
Shouldn't it sound just like the recorded versions? I think
it would be impossible to have it exactly like the recorded acoustically in a room.
I think it's okay for me to do a magical, like requirement, logical, and magical. We talked about that last week. To do the machine, not shall, but should, which is lesser, enforcing, should sound as close to the finished recording as possible. This is horrible. That's a requirement. Just let me lift the bar here with badge form. At least I'm at the gym. Finished recording as possible when you are standing next to it, listening acoustically. Let's get all the thoughts down. Just we're going to sort them later.
It's a great question, Saba. Thank you so much for that very generous donation. Have a wonderful day nere i Helsingborg.
Yep. Lovely town by the water. South of Gothenburg in Sweden. I think I'm gonna add the marble droppers now, Hannes, because of this programming, because of the programming stuff. I think that's really interesting, actually. So we're going to, where are my sketches? Is it here? The sketches are here. So vertically here, I'm going to add the marble drop for this channel, but then we're going to see, and again here, it says, can we define this? Yes, we can. Marble size, because we have a... Derek is on point with like what he asks me to do. I feel I kind of already understand why configurations is so powerful. So we're going to symbolize. I don't have a good English word for like symbolize the marble drop. It doesn't sound good. Do you have a better word for me, Hannes?
Symbolize. It's
Like placeholder is
reflecting.
Perhaps placeholder is the word, actually. G for corner rectangle. Isn't that a little weird?
Approximates.
That's a good
Chat
one.
says.
That's a good
That
one.
includes you from Twitch, said that one.
This is an approximation of... Yeah, I think previously when I struggled finding this word, I've landed on placeholder, and that's probably is the word. Approximation is also a really good one. Gonna revolve. Can I revolve that too? Oh, yes, I can. We're getting
Represent.
Represent is a really good word.
That's also very good. From River Wizard 27.
It's a representation. So this thing is representation of a marble drop.
I can see it.
You see it? Good.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go into now something. I made a whole video about that. And actually, I want to show everyone, because we made a tool on the Wintergatan website that you can access, which is all the videos from the entire... It's not updated yet. You write Alfons to update the Marble Machine Journey?
Alfons!
So on the website you can find the Marble Machine Journey, which is all the videos, and there is a video called The Marble Machine 3 Does What? I think it also reminds me, every time I watch all these videos, I realize that I've been trying so hard and not succeeding. What didn't I do? I never tried design requirements. I just tinkered. It was fun. We had fun. It's like being out partying all the time. It was fun. Like looking back 20 years later, you're all like, perhaps you should have done something else too. I don't know. I'm not moralizing. I'm just trying to give myself analog. Here, Marble Machine 3 Does What? Pain is temporary. In this video, are we getting the sound to the same place here now, Hannes? This interface is not the best one.
Not. I wonder.
Yeah, this is going out on stream. So here I made this thing that switches the... It's a revolutionary breakthrough with a meme.
Do I? Or do I? Yes! I've come up with a revolutionary break.
Often when I add texts like this, they are ironic. I hope people get it. So this video, I want to show the front. It switches the notes here. We can see it because I'm going to CAD this really soon.
That can switch to 2 different positions.
There. And I'm also saying it. This little flap can switch to 2 different
When the
positions.
flap is pointing straight down, the marble will hit its standard note. But when the flap is pointing to the side, the flap will push the marble over and the marble will hit another note.
And I think I have a graphic visualization. And the cool thing is that I'm going to make this design requirement less dumb because I'm adding this to the program. And I think this is going to be a manual setting between songs. We don't need to do everything harder. We need to take some shortcuts. Here is the great, actually, visualization I made. We can actually spend 10 seconds looking at that.
7 marble tracks. Every marble track has a charge time, which means there's a delay between repeating notes. This is a problem. We need to be able to repeat the same note much faster than this. So how did I solve this on the Marble Machine X? I doubled the number of channels. I had 2 channels per note.
Okay, this is not what I want.
4 marble tracks for just the vibrophone. And that's not 74 marble drops only,
Okay,
it's also 74 programming tracks, which is a...
I want to show the switch. Here
So then I got the idea, what if I could alternate the path by engaging a switch? This switch will drop the C sharp marble diagonally, so it hits the C note. This would allow us to repeat the C note.
That's what I wanted to show. And
Brilliant.
The realization in last stream, Hannes, was that with the piano layout, that wouldn't work. That was why we need to go back to the
Full scale. The
wide.
vibrophone.
But the vibrophone. But so I'm going to okay, let's go to CAD first. I'm going to add the second. So this is the channel that belongs to this note. But I'm going to add the part next to it. I want to I'm gonna add another configurated variable, CC distance between notes. CC stands for center. So this is often in building, like, what's the center distance between, if you put up walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was guessing like was from C to C sharp to
Oh yeah, I see.
those notes.
50 and 80. I'm getting into these variables actually. I'm starting to absolutely love it. Because now I wanna get the next channel over, and that distance is the CC distance. It's always going to be. So I just don't want to copy. I think I want to do an extrude. Perhaps we do another sketch actually. So, but check this magic out. I should be able to. I'll do another sketch. On a mate connector, but I'm gonna put the mate connector. I'm gonna start the mate connector on this previous sketch like this. Then I'm gonna turn. I don't know if this is the best way to. I'm gonna rotate. It 90 degrees. That's not what I wanted to do. Rotate about Y. That's what I wanted to do. And then I'm going to move it. So according to how it behaved last, it was this, the Z-axis. And now it's not. It's some. What did I do now? Why is it not in the middle anymore? Yeah, I need to learn how to actually set these up correctly. 0 degrees. Okay, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going to restart because I don't know what happened there. I want it there. I want to move it over the CC distance. That's where I'm going. Once I figure, can I rotate it here? Can I flip it like this? No. We need to rotate it 90 around the X. Yes. Good. Now we want to move it. It's not the C. Now it's going to be the X. So now it's behaving completely different. Now it's not using either axis. I don't understand what is happening, but it's fine. We're going to get there in the end. It's the Y. So then we're going to use the CC distance between notes. And we're going to do... I want it to move the other way. Do I have to add a minus then? Yes. Okay. Nice. To flip the direction, I can just add a minus. So now we have a sketch controlled by the center distance configuration. So now we can start with the next representation. I'm going slow here. Wait. I'm going slow here to lay this foundation in a better way. I'm lifting the bar. I'm gonna use everything from this sketch. But I'm gonna add stuff later. So now we have a friend marble gate here. Perhaps a linear pattern would have done. It's just, I just did it like this now because I wanted perhaps change the... No, actually, I should just make a linear pattern, but I want that sketch there. And now I can linear pattern with a variable, with a CC variable, CC distance. Let's make 2. Let's flip. Yes. But this other dropper should have that switch that I was showing from the video.
A little flap.
A little flap. Then we're going to make it simpler. We're going to make the design requirements less dumb by making it so... Oh, the whole sketch space is... Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to learn. Because of the mate connector, the whole sketch space is turned.
Oh, no.
No, I think it's fine. It's just that I wasn't ready for it.
Okay, while you do this, Martin,
Yep.
I have a question from Hasse and a donation as well. The question from Hasse is, will you ever release the soundtracks from the Marble Machine videos as a full album? Please.
Well, that's nice of you guys to ask that.
That's a question that comes up every now and then. A lot of people are like saving videos in their playlist just to listen to songs from episodes.
It's a huge frustration for me that I can't do projects like that because I can only do things with my whole concentration, which means that I can't do anything else than what I'm like currently doing.
But I mean, the songs are done, but they aren't up to snuff for your standards, mixing wise and stuff
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yes. So then if I would start a project like that, I would be like, oh, just some small changes would make such a big difference, and then it would be a derailment of everything. I'm not capable. It's super annoying.
Yeah, I mean, that music deserves to be out there somewhere.
Yeah, but thank you for asking.
Hopefully we can get someone to mix it for you.
You know,
that can never happen.
No, because then I need to project manage that project, so I can't do it. It's a huge frustration for me. My perfection. I just learned how I work with that. You know what I just did, Hannes? I tried to make a hole with an extrusion and a sketch. What has Ludwig said about that? So we're not going to do it that way. I'm very slow today, everyone. While CADing, I'm internalizing design requirements. That's why. So we're gonna use a hole here instead. See if I can. I need a point for the hole, perhaps. Where I never used a hole feature. Ludwig is trying to get me into it. It looks like I do need a point at least. So perhaps I need a sketch to put a hole. I'm gonna put a sketch here. Shift S for point. I'm gonna do a point there. But let's constrain that point actually.
There's a lot of people who are tuning into the stream that have a hard time right now following what it is we're doing today in this stream. And basically Martin is he's always learning, and after Saturday's amazing stream with Derek, something clicked in Martin with how he shouldn't abandon design requirements altogether, but find a good way for him to use them. So today, Martin is trying to define some of the design requirements, starting with the vibraphone, the most important instrument of the marble machine. So that's what we're kind of currently doing. Martin is finding out the much needed functionality of the vibraphone.
Yeah, and I'm going really slow because I'm having parallel tracks in my brain trying to incorporate a design requirement workflow. And I found, like, that could be something, Hannes, to add to the description, actually, to add this video. We should be much better with show notes. We should have that, like, this video, an introduction to requirements, system engineering, part 4 from MATLAB, helped it click for me a little bit. So if you can add that video, I don't have the URL. If you can add that video to the description so people can find it, would be great. But right now I'm learning to use configurations and also the whole feature that Ludwig has told me to use. And it looks like I do need a sketch point to make a hole. And I agree with Ludwig now. All of a sudden there's a hole there. It's kind of nice. So yeah, we have a hole in the flap. And I just wanted to do this representation to then go into the design requirements with the note switching here. I'm going to make that simpler. So do we need, if we're going to go like from these videos, is there a stakeholder need that tells me I need to change the note switching setup during the song? There's not. So the requirements for these note switches, how should we program them? We can make them less dumb by having the user need we have. Let's start with the user need. Is the user need is even more high level. We already defined that. It's the repetition of the notes. So we can go, I think it's a functional design requirement. I'm trying to learn this, everyone, so I'm being messy, but it's fine because I'm just trying to learn it. It doesn't need to be programmed on the programming wheel. It can be humanly humanly changed. So the note switches shall be switchable by the operator, manually switchable by the operator. So do I need a lever where I'm standing to switch them during the song? So we need like 37 Bowden cables for that? Or is it fine going up physically to the machine and switch them between songs? These will be quite high in the air though. So this is perhaps a question that is going to be a little bit sorted later. We don't have to go into that details. But this switching flap is essential for all this to work out. Because where I'm going with all this, and it's hard, I understand it's hard for everyone to follow, but it's the music programs, the A plus B, the chorus and the verse music programs, that where when we play program A and we need to repeat, to have two music programs, we need the note switching stuff. I understand it's hard to follow. It's hard to follow for myself, but I do think we're onto something good here. Let's do the programs actually. Let's do visualizations for the programs. So I think what happened here now is that this is actually the lowest channel of the vibraphone, because only the lowest one doesn't have a note switcher that pushes this marble to the left to a lower note. So let's do representations of the programming tracks, and we can do them, I think, in the sketch. Let's do them. Let's do them like this. Can I do a slot here? I can. Perhaps I even want to put the text on them. Can go back to this extrude. No, we can't. Because we need to offset those. Okay, did I have some constraint that I didn't want to put in there? It's laggy all of a sudden. It almost never is. I don't know why. So now I'm going to just make a... Is everything good, Hannes?
Yes, everything is good.
Yeah.
I've added the video to the show notes.
Nice. So everyone can...
people want to check it out, you got it in the description of this video.
Perfect. And I'm adding a representation here about the programs, the A and the B program per channel. It's going to have an offset of 10. It needs to be pretty thin. Symmetric, no. Let's just do that. And then we're just going to mirror these parts over this. And then I should have done that before the linear pattern here. So let's move this up in the chronology and include these in the linear pattern. So what I want to visualize here, Hannes, is that we have two programs. We have A and B. And we figured out a fantastic way to, and we can also play A plus B. Oh, you know what that sounded like? That sounded like a design requirement.
Oh!
The funk. Okay, so this one, the note switch shall be manually switchable by the operator. I want to add something during or between songs not decided yet. There's probably some stuff that you shouldn't include when you write, but I just want to make a note because this is different. The operator shall be able to manually switch between program A, program B, program A plus B, program mute. It's actually a fourth.
Heck yeah.
While playing, during playing the song. It's bad English. Playing the song. While playing the song. Which means that in this design requirement tells us, yeah, I do need levers where I stand. Whereas this design requirement perhaps can let us, if we only do it between songs as a like setting of the machine, just like we switches the gears, we don't have to like do it with levers and 37 Bowden cables. We can change. We can save some parts. Because what I'm seeing growing here, and I understand it's hard for the viewers, I'm seeing an extremely capable and not so difficult to build machine growing in front of my eyes here. Because this is the dream of being, this enables the dream of having two parts in the song. It's like the original one only had that one part, and I did a lot with that. But it's also fun to have, like, if I'm gonna write a song on the fly here, it's also fun to have two sections. So if I do a waltz, so this is part A. And we play it again. The programming wheel has done one revolution. But now I switch program B. One more time. I played wrong. That was it. We're getting to the end of program B. Now we add drums back to program A. With drums. Without the program B, that song wouldn't be possible. And I think I'm gonna go.
Wow, what magic!
I think it's going to be magical because I think I would be tired of making songs with only one melody.
Dude, this demands a holy shit from me. That is really cool. That is really cool.
Great. Yeah, it's. I think the MIDI keyboard is not a bad idea to remember what we're trying to build. So
It likes rectangles. Martin just casually plays out the most beautiful thing you ever heard.
nice. I like that. I can't write songs, but I can I can improvise
Is that
them.
improvised? Carmcraft?
Yes, it's improvised. I think I'm gonna improvise a little bit of music on the streams because it gets me to actually do some music.
When I grow up, I want to be as cool as Martin and be able to improvise a song like this on the spot from Hal.
Nice, thank you. I love trying to do that. I try to impress on my girlfriend every day on the piano, and that's kind of makes me the best songs. It's hilarious.
Do you
Anyway,
know what would impress me? If you scooted into frame on your camera.
oh, it's because I'm okay. So
I'm officially impressed.
I just want to highlight then that here this programming track was this part of the song. Okay, that was a verse, and then I switch shagunk. I go for these ones, and then we come. Okay, so those represents A and B, and then in some instances you might want to use them both simultaneously.
Wow.
But wait. I've done this wrong.
Oh no.
Didn't we decide? No, we didn't. Do we still? Yeah. We still only have one track per note. But thanks to the okay. I was like, or are we also having two? Are we multiplying all this by 2? We're not. Good. I did it right.
Good. That was
okay.
refreshing. It's so nice to sometimes like remember. Okay, yeah, you're also an excellent musician.
That's thank you. It's I know how to do sad waltzes.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's not Hannes. It's not when Hannes when he kicks his legs up after a hard day of streaming. He's not going into the sad waltzes category of Spotify, I don't think, but it has a place.
Yeah. They should be there as well. Dynamics.
So we have the program. We have made some nice design requirements about that. Let's add. We have A, we have B. You know what we should? We should color. We did that before when we were doing all this. We color coded. I don't know if you remember. We had red and green.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty nice. So let's do that. This color choosing interface is always tricky for me. And then I don't like that I have to click out of the interface to change color. Now it's more obvious.
Probably a plugin for that, you know.
Probably Derek has written a special plugin. All right. Now, dampeners and dynamics. We haven't gotten to the resonators yet.
We're getting there.
Let's add the resonators. So that's also like, do I need to change vibrato with a lever?
I just want a quick here from Ludwig. He says, didn't you discover the amazing on-off switching mechanism that uses the same motion? Can't that be used to toggle droppers to easily switch between two using one programming wheel channel?
Yes, Ludwig is correct, but I wanted to leave that amazingness for the programming track to control the dampening and the dynamic instead. So I'm going to ask the programming tracks to do so much. So the note, I don't want it to also ask it to do the note switching, because on this setup I realize it will give me some extra musical power, what Ludwig is suggesting, but it's something that I can actually, a darling that I actually am killing with joy, actually.
Oh, wow.
So we're just going to... Can I do a thin revolve? Oh my God. Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait.
Greatness?
Wait. I always... okay, we're gonna make a resonator here now. Can we make a thin revolve? We can! So one of the great things with Derek was that he was like teaching us to do sketches minimally. So now I'm gonna... Okay. Whoa.
Oh, wow. He's excited, people.
Do you see these two lines here? I have two parallel sketch lines. And they are going to make me a tube. How, you ask? Well, with thin revolve. Oh. What? That's fantastic. So here's the thickness of the tube. Oh my God. Wow.
Should this be in functions or variables as well? I don't know.
The funny side thing with this is that Hannes is going to be so good at Onshape after all this streaming. You're so right. Of course it should be. Configuration variable, resonator diameter. Default is 40. Minimum is 20. Maximum is 60. Good point, Hannes. Wait, No, I added an input. Let's delete that. I don't know what happened there. Configuration variable. Resonator diameter. 40 default, 20 minimum, 60 maximum. Boom. And then we go into that sketch with two single little lines here. And then we're adding this variable to the distance between these two lines. It's resonator diameter. Boom. It's so cool. So clean. So now here I can change the tube. Two sketch lines and a variable. And I'm fully in control over this tube.
Wow.
Yes, fantastic. 40 looks big actually. Let's do 30 now. I've been thinking about the dampeners, Hannes. And I've been thinking perhaps we should keep the front clean here and also not having to go through the resonator. Perhaps we could see if we could add it here on the backside. That's actually where it's at for one of my rows of the vibrophone. So let's go and add the dampeners, and then we're going to discuss with the design requirements how the dampeners are controlled.
Yeah, that's right. Kryogi on Twitch says, Hannes Onshape consultant. Oh yeah, I'm getting there.
Definitely. I want to add to this dampener a bit more geometry just to show people that how it will move. I think we can do something like... Oh, Derek would not be happy seeing me adding a fillet there. Derek hates fillets in sketches. Shift O to make them concentric. Haha. You know how good I am at this.
No doubt.
No doubt, right? I say that and then I do something super stupid next here. Because I wanted to add just a pivot. Let's add a stupid pivot there. So when I want to convey, if a Bowden cable pulls this way, this dampener is going to go up and touch the plate.
I would just do a quick little disclaimer here. Not a disclaimer, a message for the chat as well. I see sometimes you guys, you write a lot of questions, but some of them are a little bit too much off the current topic. So if I bring it up, it has too much of it could derail Martin for quite a while. So don't get discouraged if I don't read all the comments in chat. I try to use I try to not derail Martin too much when he's working. So the questions I bring up are usually something that relates to the current topic, or if they're about me, I always read them.
Yeah, I wish I could answer every single one of them. It's just...
You could, and you would, but you would spend the whole stream discussing, talking about different aspects of the machine. We shouldn't talk about stuff that's too much in the future right now, and stuff like that. So I don't want to be mean, chat. I see your questions and messages. It's just a matter of trying to keep Martin focused on the right stuff right now.
Brilliant.
And I see here, yes, it's okay, I understand. Understandable. Yay, focus. Derailing Marble/Martin must be avoided.
I'm good enough of doing that myself, I'm afraid. I mean, I can't believe the luck that the chat is having now, but I'm going to make a second thin revolve. I know it's a bit overwhelming perhaps for some of you with all this thin revolving action, but I mean, this is it. It's going to happen. It's just it's just how fortunate you are to be. You just accept it, okay? Don't feel no, wait, okay. I need to only choose one, then switch to...
And I see now people are trying to be really clever here now. Like I see from Simske Past. Hannes, what is your most important design requirement? They're hacking me. As soon as I see my name, I will read it. But I won't fall for it. My most important design requirement, though, is keeping Martin focused. So I answered it there.
New part. It's amazing how much I've learned from Derek, actually.
Nice hammer.
Yes, it's a... Let's talk about the dampeners. This is a dampener. It can go up and down, and it will make the vibrophone plate move less when it's dampened. So I explained in the last stream, just to make everyone on board, I actually have a dampener in my music box plugin here, available from cleargrand.com. Let's see, here we are. It's a shame I have to go to... I'm actually going to do that. I'm actually going to go off full screen here just to bring my music box plugin on screen. Can we do it? Can we get it larger? Where is that? Where is those controls? Never mind. So the dampener here, it sounds like a Queen song, and now the notes are long. This is what long note. Up with the dampener. Shorter. Shortest. That's what... And you see the animation is faster when it's dampened. See that? Damper. That's what a dampener does, okay?
Magic.
It's important for why is it important? Yeah, I do have a user need requirement that that it needs to be so good music from vibrophone that I don't replace it with human playing. But then what I want to get into is that how do we control this dampener? Is it controlled? The vibraphone shall have a dampener. Let's start there. Dampener, making note, adjusting note length. Adjusting note length. That's probably not how I should make it. I should probably... The vibraphone note lengths shall be adjustable. See, we're not going to say how we're going to do it here. Adjustable. That's a higher level design requirement. And later, then, it's going to derive from that we're suggesting, perhaps we can use a dampener for that design requirement. So, the vibraphone... shall have a dampener. How do we control it? I think, according to design requirement, so that it should sound good enough, so I'm inspired to compose for it. I think the dampener must be controlled by the program because of that. Because I don't want the chords, vibraphone notes are really long, I don't want the chords to go in each other, then it becomes a porridge. I don't want this musical porridge. I want, if I take down the dampener and play same thing. Did you hear the difference once more? Either that or... I'm going to be better playing with my left hand doing this. So, I think then that the vibraphone dampener shall be programmable or shall be controlled by the music program. Next, we need to decide, do we have an individual damper per note or do we have one dampener for all 37 notes? And where I'm leaning, and now I'm maybe not doing but I'm leaning that I think it's simpler to have you and I have discussed this, to have one per note, which means that we don't have to move a 2 meter wide bar super fast. Instead, we can move a 40 millimeter bar fast. It will save actually. So I think I'm probably misbehaving here.
That is interesting because my first guess will be to have one single thing moving. But that's right. If it's big, it also takes up a lot of energy, right? And it weighs more.
And yeah, to move it 2 meters like quickly, it's not going to be precise, and we won't be able to do. I think that it should be on note by note.
Okay.
The vibraphone, each note. Am I in this? Yeah. Each vibraphone note has its own shall have. I'm further down now. I'm not so high level. Have its own dampener. So then it follows that the music, each music track shall control a unique vibrophone, a phone note dampener. We're gonna sort this out later. It's a mess, but we're trying. It's like I don't have perfect form lifting the bar today at the gym. The first time I'm there. So what I realized, Hannes, is that if I want to be able to use the dampener by the green program, the dampener, yeah, because we also have the wedge for the dynamic, and I've been thinking that I think the dampener is the more important, actually, that perhaps the dynamic should be a human control thing if I need to make something a bit simpler. So where do I go from here? We need to also figure out if this is possible. But that leads to that loop that I showed here. With later we need to go figure out, is it possible? Like, if it's not, we're gonna revise. It feels like I'm going slow, but it's like I'm trying to get this under my belt. So I kind of...
You are going slow, and that is good. Reframe it like that.
Slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
There we go.
So now we have to add like the last thing. That is this big thing, which is the dynamic wedge, which is, I think, is the way to do this, but I'm not sure. Because if we play all the notes the same strength, it's going to be horrible. Especially vibrophone. Vibrophone is a harsh instrument. Like, if we don't play dynamically, it's just not going to sound great. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for another thin revolve.
I've been sitting here waiting, feeling like my life wasn't complete. And now I realized I needed more thin revolve.
And I can go into thin revolve with Shift W. We're already a thin revolve. And I can tab down to the revolve axis. Am I in there now? Now I'm in there. What went wrong? We clicked mid plane. Why do I need a mid plane to... I don't understand why. I never knew about thin revolve. Okay, with less I didn't need a mid plane. Okay. Thin revolve. So much nicer. We're learning here. Let's add... This looks actually like we're doing exactly what we did in a stream last week, and we are kind of, because I need to repeat this, but I shouldn't excuse myself all the time. I'm annoyed as well that it's going slow, but I think kind of I realized that it needs to go slow. So the reason I want the dampeners controlled uniquely and by the program is that I can't do I can't do that manually. I just don't have time to do that when I'm playing the machine. However, this one, I think I should open for this to be a DJ feature.
And that is one big that is not per channel. Or is it per channel as well?
Because I got all excited last stream, Hannes, when I all of a sudden started to think that we can use the red track to control the dampener and the green track to control the dynamic wedge. But then I realized then we can't play A and B. We can't play verse and chorus. We can't play two melodies. And then I realized, no, okay, that's not possible. So in the dream scenario, we're doing some kind of amazing mechanical sorcery and getting one track to control the drop, the dynamic wedge, and the dampener. I do have a feeling that we won't be able to do that. Because I just think that's too much movement. But let's get into the design requirements. And let's add the loudness, the amplitude, the note volume of the vibrophone shall be dynamic from PP pianissimo to FF fortissimo. So then goes into the note volume shall be controlled by not decided yet human operator or music program. Because I just don't know what we can do there. But I think it's going to be really tricky for me to play the dynamics with a lever. But it could be something that I'm prepared to do a trade-off with. Because what's cool then is that if we let's do a musical example of that, is that if we have intro of the song, I can play like the one I did before. I don't know. Oh, the dampener is wrong. I don't know how it was. So it was like, so if the intro is really soft, and then later when the second time it comes, it's hard.
Yes.
I couldn't demo it well. Then I just pull a lever for the second time. I think we have dynamic of the whole machine, and what I actually in the dream scenario, what I actually want to do in the dream scenario is the combination that I've already written another stream. Like let's just do this. This is like the pie in the sky dream scenario. Dream scenario dynamic. I think this is too complicated, but controlled by music program plus human override. So I can actually override the program humanly. All this needs to be looked at. We need to research all this. But now I know why I need to research, because we have a very fundamental design requirement that the vibrophone should sound good enough so that Martin is inspired to compose for it and won't cheat by replacing the recording on the record with human playing. That's a user need we have, and it's like non-negotiable. Yeah.
You know what else sounds magical?
Tell me.
A new YouTube member in the form of Padrino Luca. And Padrino Luca says, Hannes, no shout out required. Well, I felt required. I need to tell you that I love you, Padrino. And thank you so much for the support. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Yeah, all the support is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think let's talk about the resonators. I think I should start like I'm just thinking like why is it uncomfortable right now? There's no structure here in the design requirements. It's just wall of text now.
Yeah.
I think like we have some, and I already written some down, so I'm doing it again, but I'm gonna say like the vibrato speed shall be adjustable in 3 settings. The vibrato speed. Perhaps we should do a CVT for the just a little. That would be quite cool, but nah, I think that's.
CVT is the transmission.
Yeah, this continuous variable transmission. So I can.
See, I'm learning.
Yeah, super good. Do we want this effect 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 or don't? Do we want to be able to control the?
Do we want it? Yes. Do we need it?
No, we absolutely don't need it. Should I skip it? Yeah, we need to take this simpler road sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So the vibrato speed shall be adjustable between songs as a setting, not adjustable. This is a user need. This is not a requirement. Not adjustable during play. We took the simple road there.
We did. And we got a reminder here as well from Padrino Luca with that. Please ponder on per note dampening. A piano doesn't have that. Remember the rules for good design. Delete unnecessary requirements.
It's a really good point. Padrino. A real vibraphone, it works exactly like a piano. It only has one. When doing melodies, but I think mostly it's the idea of perhaps Padrino made me change my mind a little bit here. We perhaps the dynamic perhaps we should open for that it is the dynamic that is controlled per note, because when you do like that's those changes are really fast. But then dampener needs there. Dampener needs there. Dampener. This. I want both. On the piano, yeah, it's the dampener per note can just isolate. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Here's the explanation actually. On a piano, all the notes are dampened all the times, and the player controls the length with its fingers. Meaning you can play melodies nice. I should switch to piano. I don't think this is a deviation. I think this is actually a really good. I'm just going to take the first piano I can find here. I didn't download the sounds. Can I get a simpler piano? Give me a piano. This is how much keyboard, acoustic piano, classical grand.
Yeah, here we go.
So, on a piano, when you let your finger off the keyboard, the note stops when you don't press the sustain pedal. So that's not, which means that when you play a melody, you can control each note's length, actually. So if I do, I let go of the no, no, no. When I take the next note, I let go of the first note. But what the vibraphone would do is, and they all ring into each other. And if you have a dampener on all of them, you need to dampen all notes, which means that the sustain of the first note will be interrupted. It will be, you can perhaps do that. I'm not explaining it well, but this fact that a piano player can be on this chord and it stops playing when it's releasing on an individual note basis means that piano is a good singer. It's the diva. So it's back to the diva argument, actually. I play melodies on the vibraphone. It's the only melody instrument on the machine, so we need to be able to do. And that sounds like a singer would do it, but ba 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 ba. You don't keep on singing all the notes like. I don't have a system. That sounds porridge again.
Yeah.
So you want. There's a lot of short notes there, and you can't smack on a dampening pedal 2 meters long, like dig, 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 like with this speed. That's why we need to be able to end the note for the note to not ring into the next note. So actually, Padrino, there are dampeners on each note on a piano. I just realized, because what's happening when I release the finger is that the dampener falls back on the string. So there is actually dampeners on individual notes on the piano, which was, I'm super happy you asked that question, because that tells me that our design requirement about individual dampeners is correct.
Great. That's
fundamental
awesome.
stuff. Yeah.
That's fundamental stuff. And can you scoot into frame again, please?
Scoot into frame. Thank you. Thank you.
And speaking about your design requirements and you being apologetic yet again that it was a big hassle. It was a big mess. You need to sort it out. Our dear friend Martin is back with a donation. And just reminding you, it's fine to just write everything now, then group into a tree.
Yeah.
Don't get too stressed about that now.
But
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Martin.
Here, as always, Martin. And with donations, it's fantastic. You're the best.
I do think the tree, because I know that I'm rewriting stuff now that we've written, like some rows below. So I do think, I mean, section A, section B, we're rewritten. So I think we're gonna treat everyone to a whole stream of design requirement spring cleaning this afternoon.
Yes! I was waiting to hear that.
I don't think we should go into CAD at all. I should just go.
Get the brooms out, people. We're gonna spring clean. Ow!
I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
You get the 4-minute warning now, Martin. Before
Perfect.
Lunch.
Yeah, I think I should.
Before that, oh no, there we go.
Oh,
Jamie Acker become a YouTube member. That's the way to do it.
Trying to be a hockey organ there.
Yeah, we love it. Awesome,
Okay.
Thank you and welcome, Jamie. Thank you so much.
So, like, already here in this video that I love so much, you can see like stakeholder needs is higher up in the tree, and they then later give rise to the requirements lower down in the tree, and the implementation is later. So I think we definitely need to start a tree structure, and I need to start naming some of the categories where I got stuck the last time. So I think we're gonna do that next stream. So to reiterate,
here we go from Padrino. Lovely requirements, explore solutions, concepts, CAD.
Yeah, Padrino,
Boom.
Absolutely right. And thank you for that comment about the piano again. I was like, first I was like, oh, Padrino is right. I'm probably going overboard here now. And then when I was like explaining, yeah, wait, there is a dampener pedal, there's a sustain pedal on the piano, but that is something else. Each note has
kind of a dampening, yeah.
It has a dampener. I think the note length is going to be. Oh wait. Can we do something super simple, Hannes? You know, I said in my dream. In my dream. In my dream, I said that I wanted a manual override. Imagine doing something super simple, like adding a secondary dampener, which allows me to at least override in one direction. I can override by dampening it more. So if I want the popcorn sound, I just realized everything doesn't need to be fighting with each other. Yeah.
Perfect. It was last minute little cliffhanger to this stream.
And the big cliffhanger is that if you tune into the next stream, you're gonna see me working only in text, probably.
Oh, hear that, people? Can't wait. I love it.
All right. Should I thank the backers with something on screen, or we just have to do that next stream? Fix our technology.
We have to do that next stream. Yes, yeah. We have some technical issues with that. Hopefully, we get it sorted to next stream.
My seed vault is 100% updated now. I see here, Hannes.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
They're not in there.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to say thanks to everyone hanging out with us while I'm actually trying to figure some basics out. Just to summarize, this morning I ran to work really feeling that Derek's advice from this Saturday has landed with me. I cannot skip the design requirement steps, but let's not make design requirement a long procrastination thing. Let's make them work for us and for the Marble Machine project. Let's show the master assembly, Hannes, before we go off this. And yeah, how are we doing with outros? Do I play outro music this stream?
We have to decide. Should we do the regular one, or should you just play it out?
I don't know. Let's play it out.
I can't do the outro with any volume on it, so you will have to play until I offline the stream then. There we go. Let's have some nice little Martin music while I tell you guys that we appreciate it so much that you join us here on stream. It's fantastic. And the longer I drag this out, the more music you will hear from Martin. We're gonna be live in just about 2 hours yet again. And then, hopefully, we'll get treated to a lot of nice design requirement writing in text. I know you all love it as much as I do. Okay, I will start logging us off here. Thank you so much for tuning in.